2, 1. My name is Richard Wilson. I'm from the UK. I'm a British artist. I make sculpture, installation, site-specific work, drawings, maquettes, and have a history also in sound making. And we're today at the Galleria Fumagalli in Berlin. I was going to say Bergamo, but she's moved from Bergamo. She's now in Milano. So we are in Milan. And this is my first exhibition since way back in Bergamo, probably almost 15 years ago, 10 or 15 years ago. The exhibition here today has been made not specifically for the space, but it's been made specifically for Anna Maria Maggi, who runs the gallery. She's the director and the owner. And we have 8 drawings, 4 sculptures, and 2 postcard works in the other room, which are unrelated to this set or series of works. The 8 drawings and the 4 sculptures look at ways in which space has been dealt with. We all live in space, but at the same time we have no idea of its boundaries and how it extends out. The only way we understand space is when we surround it or give it boundaries or borders, and in doing so we then build houses and we live inside and we have a knowledge of outside. It's that kind of structure and that kind of interest I have with the idea of space. So this here is a piece of work which is actually the negative space, a slice of a room, or not a room, it's a slice in a corridor, which has been compressed. It was a sculpture I made last year, and it's called From the Curtain to the Door. And it's almost like if you imagine taking a route from the curtain downstairs up to the door. And I've taken that sculpture, completely compressed it, and now made it work properly. This piece over here, again, is called Shells. It's taken the shells from a drum kit, a 5-piece drum kit, and it's cut them like a cake and opened them out so the air and the space within the shells themselves have expanded, and the knowledge of that object has been changed. I should say the title of the show is called Take an Object. It's taken from Jasper Johns, and it's this idea that you take an object and you can, as an artist, work magic on it and transform it so that it becomes another or something else, and in doing so it can create surprise, and it can create imagination, it can create curiosity about the way space actually works. And in order to make all these pieces, one has to make drawings. This is a drawing called Still Life Jug. It was a commission, a charity commission actually, to help a gallery called the Icon Gallery in Birmingham. And here what I've done is I've taken a jug and then we've scanned it and put it into the computer and made a virtual model where we could push it over. So the jug works from vertical and it tips over and ends up horizontal on the floor. So it's no longer still life, it's caught in its own movement. And then we have the sculpture over here that demonstrates that actual movement of the jug standing and the jug coming over and falling, and you can see the opening on the jug at the side. So all the pieces are about a playful examination of space and what one can do with space, the way one can sort of articulate space and make space visible, I suppose, by putting boundaries and barriers and shapes to contain the space in some kind of way. The piece over here is an unusual one. It's called Direct Debit. It's a debit card that was snipped up. We're not instructed to snip these things up, we just do it so that no one else can use them. But in doing so, the card becomes a pattern on the top, but is projected down so that the card shape on the top is expanded as it goes down. So it funnels down, but it funnels outwards. So the shape is carried exactly through down towards the ground. But I didn't want it to land on the ground in a kind of safe way like that sculpture. It's kind of precariously stopped. A precariousness which is carried into the program of cutting it up and the way the shapes are worked. They're not calculated, you just snip randomly to lose the object, the rectilinear object of the bank card.
Okay.